Alrighty, welcome back. Today I'm going to customize the headlights. I've got one headlight taken off and I'm going to show you what it looks like. That's what the headlight looked like on the car. What happens is there's a stanchion on the fender which holds the headlight and holds the horn. What happens is this got a little tiny balls on that part of the headlight. It goes down inside that stanchion, which makes that headlight sit in there nice and tight and right. It has a bolt that has a hole going down through the middle so the wires can run up through there into the light, down through the stanchion, out to the side and plug into the wiring harness. Exact same thing goes on with the horn. I had to go underneath there and take that off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this headlight off, and I've been telling you for quite a while now that I want some 38 or 37 Chevy headlights to put on it instead. So there's a big difference if I set that down there. You can see, you know, how big around this one is, how small around this one is, how long this one is, and how short this one is. But the difference is, this is how this bolts on. This bolts on the side of the hood, or the side of the grill, I think, or the side of the grill bolts on the side like that. We're not doing that. I want to use the stanchion that the Ford has on this headlight. So what I've done is I've taken that off already, pulled that off. I do not have a bolt that goes down through, and it does not have the ball that needs to fit that stanchion. That bolt right there is not going to work because it hasn't got the hole for the wires. It hasn't got the ball for the headlight to sit in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to modify this headlight to fit that stanchion. Welcome back. I'm Bad Chad and Queen Jolene's on the camera, and we are on air. So I'm going to take this off. I've got that off, got that stripped, fixed the outside ring already. It's all stripped and ready to rock and roll. What I've got is a headlight that I got from outside. You can see she's busted on the side there. Basically doesn't matter. This headlight has a stanchion also. I cannot get it off unless I take the nut off. So what we're going to do is I'm going to start cutting, slicing, and dicing, and we're going to take and get this off. And the reason being is, see that ball there? I want that ball inside there, and the nut or the bolt that goes down through with the wire that goes down through. I want that to put on that headlight. Do not want to do anything to the Ford headlights because I think the Ford headlights are quite valuable and I could use them on something else. So let's get this out. Let's get this out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them wires off first. And the reason being is I cannot get the nut off unless I can if I put a wrench on it, but I'm going to put a socket on it and try to get it off. What I'm going to do is cut the wires. You can't believe that, can you? Can't believe me, I'm going to cut the wires, can you? But I'm going to. So what I'm using is I'm using a junked headlight to make the headlight work. That's what I'm going to do. Appreciate everybody coming back, I really do. Let's make it work. And this is the deal, when you're customizing something, that's what you have to do. You have to figure out how you're going to make it work. And I enjoy that part because you just never know what you have to do. Let's get the nut off. I've got a socket set up right here already with an inch on it. Let's try it, see if I can get that off. I did put some penetrating fluid on before I started because, let's face it, it might not come off. Let's try it. Is that the right size? No, it is not. Nice. What size is that bad boy? See if we can get it off with a wrench. Excuse me, sweetheart. Let's do this. We have a problem already. Wrestle it. There we go. Here we go. We'll get that off. Then we can get the stanchion off, and we can get to take a look and see what it looks like. Cut that wire there. Yeah. What I'm wanting that ball is what I'm wanting. Like I used to tell my mother, I want that ball in the sky. I want that ball, Mom. I want that ball. And I never ever got it. I never got it. Let's do this. I try to work fast during when the camera goes up. I try to work quite fast, and the reason being is if I don't work fast, I can't get nothing done in the hour. If you know what I'm trying to tell you. Now, there's a mouse house in there, baby. Got somebody's not going to get that out of there, I don't think. It's got an inside construction in there, not going to get out there, so I'm going to cut it out. Yeah. This bad boy, it's a piece I want right there. Let's get this cut off so I can get it out of there. Alrighty, let's clean that. Take the wires off this bad boy. There's what I want. It's not damaged too bad. All right. Some wires in through that. Let's pull the wires, come out, no problem. Alrighty, there's a little clip on top, holds that bolt in there. Don't know if I want to take that out or not. Don't think I have to right at the present moment. I'm just going to get a hammer and clean that up a little bit. Just hit it for a second. That's all I want to do is knock off some rust. Doesn't look to be in too bad shape. Yeah. Looking at that, let's take a look at the headlight. What I'm looking for is this piece right here and the bolt, and that's what I have. I have the bolt, and I have, let's see if it fits down through the hole. Take the stanchion off. Nope, does not. I'm gonna have to make the hole a little bit bigger there. That's fine. That's fine, that's not gonna hurt nothing. But it does have the ball to put it on. And I'm thinking that, so you can see how it's deeper here and not so deep there. When I put the stanchion on, goes that way, I would say the deep part would be in the back, because that's higher and that's lower. So we'd have that go on like that, which is good. Take a look at the other headlight. Okay, that's how we're going to go, just like that. It goes on there like that. Now, let's take a look at the headlight. We got to fit it on. Now, I don't think, yeah, let's just take a look at it. If I put that way back there, I feel like if I think I'd want to put that piece in the center of the headlight. And the reason being is the center of the headlight would come out further. If I put it back, and I've got a bolt right there that's going to have to be cut out of it. Let's take this, set it up here. And like I said, the deep part, I'm thinking I'm going to put it on the back side, the deep part, because it's got a place like that. No, it's going that way. Deep part in the back. That in the front. So what I'm thinking is, if I take and cut that, I'm going to put that right in there in the center, just like that. Seems like a good spot to me. You can cut it there. You can cut that right there. there, right down the side. Let's go for it. I need a zip cut. I'm not sure, it can probably be done a different way, I suppose, but this is what I have, and this is what I'm doing. Jolie's passing me a zip cut. You're a lot prettier than Vanna White. Put a pair of gloves on, chew my hands off. I've been barking my knuckles up lately. We'll cut it off, and we'll get it cleaned up, and we'll just get it tacked in there, and we'll see what we got. Let's do this. Let's cut this off. Let's plug it in first. That's why it's hard for me to throw stuff away. I know the headlight's busted or rusted out and all that stuff, but it's hard to throw the stuff away when you're going to use a piece off it. There's so many things that, like, I have out there. I think, well, geez, I'll just throw it in the dumpster. But when it comes time to do stuff like this, then you need it, and then it's gone. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad, he says. In the back. Yeah. It's too wide. Let's get the flapper wheel going. Let's sand some of that down. I can sand some of that down, get that in there. Let's do it. Let's do it. And then we get the headlight on it, then you'll get to see what it looks like. Whether you like it or whether you don't, you can make your mind up, and so can I. Clean it up some. Oh, gotta get down in there further. I want it flush down in there. I want it flush. Put it up first, that bolt there. Let's slide her in there. Let's get some more off it. Quite a chunk of metal, so we're not hurting nothing. Be careful on something like that. That thing can harm you. Want that down in there. Getting close, getting close. Take a little bit more off it. No, it's actually pretty good, actually. Pretty good. It's pretty darn nice. All right, let's get down there a little bit further. Take some more off it. quite a chunk of steel, so to be honest with you. Nice. Let's get up in there. Let's take a look at this bad boy. Let's see if I can get up in there a little bit tighter. Can you pause that thing so I can go have a nervous pee? I'll be right back, people. Felt good. That felt good. Well, I say it felt good, but it did the trick. Am I hitting inside? I am a little bit. Also, where I have that right there, this little clip, got two little pieces to hold that clip on top of that bolt so it can't come out. Fits down there nice, doesn't it? Slide the head a little bit. Now, I have to cut that out a little bit, and the reason being is that's hitting it, and when I look inside, it's not allowing me to get at that clip. I want to get at that clip if I ever want to take that bolt out. Let's cut that out. Let's do it. I didn't want to cut the headlight. Didn't want to cut the headlight, but I'm going to weld there, so it don't matter. Yeah. Knock that off. Just going to leave that bolt in there. I'm just going to shove it up to that bolt, and it gives me center pretty well. Knock that off. I take the die grinder and knock that out. Excuse me, sweetheart. Dun. Let's do that. Let's take off the front lens. Don't want to damage that right at the present moment. That's good. Not lens, but lens cover, holder, or whatever you want to call it. Now, I'm just going to put on the air. We're going to knock that centerpiece out. The reason being is so I can get the bolt out. And as I'm modifying this, I want to make it look the best I can. You know, I don't want to leave it all jagged like that. I want to modify it, make the hole look good. If I can get at that with the grinder. See if I can cut a little more out of it so I don't have to die grind it. Oh. I'm turning it around. Hug it. Ouch. Got my eye. Take my... Woo! Don't do that! Nice hole. Get the sharpies off it. All right, let's try that piece in there again. Nice. Almost there. Almost there. Let's try to knock a little bit off the side. Again. Let's knock a little bit more. Gonna have the tallest part in the back. It's not too bad. Just want to knock it in flush if I can get it. Alright. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tack one end. Fits in there quite nice actually. Knock a little bit off that corner. Looks good. Now I was just leaving that bolt in there, so when I go by do the other one, I can do the exact same thing. Put that up tight to that. Looks good. Let's tack that in there. Not going to stay for me. Let's do this. Turn the welder on. Now this is all in preference. The headlights on the car are good. I would say they probably worked. They're probably good. But the reason I'm doing this is because I want to modify the car to make it mine. And what I mean by make it mine is to give it my flavor. I know what Mr. Ford wanted. He never met Bad Jeb, so I'm going to do it my way. I'll do it my way. All right, now I got that hard up against that, so I can do that when I do the other one. It's good. Let's do this. Stop it. Come on. Get no more ground in that. Wow. Where's my hammer? Got it. Tacked in there. And just like putting a patch in, one, it's in place, or one, it's in, it's holding it, and two, tacks, it's in place. Trying to get it in there the best I can. Let's do this. Just tacking it. So it's in place is what I'm thinking. It's in place. Now, I didn't bring that all the way ahead. Let's do this. Take that off. It's going to bring it ahead a little bit. Just a little bit. Ah! Now I'm down there where I was before. Just want to make sure I get that. So I can do the exact same thing on the other one, that's all. I know what to go by. Sometimes the hardest thing to do is to hold something when you're trying to weld it. Sometimes that's the hardest thing to do. I can remember when I was in Australia, there was a guy there that had a 34. His name was Larry. And the first thing I did when I come up to him and seen him about talking about his car is I noticed his headlights. The headlights were fantastic on the car. They were not the original headlights for the car, and that's how I noticed them, but they were really, really, really nice. And I'm just going to tack this in on this side. So what I'm basically hoping, or not basically hoping, but what I'm thinking is someone that knew, just going to tack it in there for now, someone that knew a 34, when they come up on the car, they would know that the headlights were not original, and they would probably say, wow, where'd you get the headlights? All right, now, I know one thing for sure, that's not going to go down through the hole. That's what I know for sure. But I do know what I know for sure is that I got something that the wires can go up through, and I have a ball that can sit on. Let's do this. Let's wind that out a little bit so we can get that down through. Let's shut this off for a second. Let's get this moved. I'm going to unhook that, pull it through because I got too many cords going there. As you can see, come take a look for a second. Me and Jolene came out last night, or Jolene helped me last night, and you know what? I needed her to help me. I needed it very bad. Got the window in. It looks awesome. Got the window in. What happens is, if Jolene goes on the back side, there's some, it screws in, like once the window goes in there's some screws you have to get in from the back side. And when I was putting the frame together, I could hear this rattling inside the frame. I was kind of wondering what that was. Anyways, there's some floating nuts inside this frame that I had to get all put in the right place. And then we had to apply this because there's the dash, you got the dash disconnected, and there's screws down in front here that pull that window frame in. So what happened is I took a bunch of pieces of the little tiny 1/8 chrome that we have. I stuck it in the hole of the nut that's inside the window frame. We had to line them all up. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there's probably 6 down the front and 2 down the sides. Had to line them all up and then put that window in and then try to put the screws in the nuts that are in the frame. It was quite a time. I also put some paint in behind where we cut it. So there's paint in behind there, and I will paint that after. But now the window's in. I'm very happy with it. The gasket worked out nice. The window worked out nice. Jolene's nice. It looks fantastic. The windows on the side are looking good. Going really good. Going really good. But it took a bit to get that in there, and it would have been a video. It wouldn't have been a video, that's for sure. Let's do this. I'm just going to wind that open a little bit so we can get that down through there. And what that is here, this piece here is not the fender. The fender's sitting on top of it. This is the construction that comes up from the frame and comes out here, and then you have that rivet right there, or whatever it is, and that goes there, and that holds the fender up. So I'm just going to wind that out a little bit so we can get that headlight down through. And then we get to try it on and see if we like it. Now, no harm, no foul, because the stanchion goes on that. That's not going anywhere. This piece here is holding the headlight still. Let's take and put the headlight down through. See what we got. We just got it tacked in there. Also, I got to take out that nut, but I just use that nut or this bolt here to let me know where I'm going for the next one, basically. And it's in the center, it looks like, of more center of the headlight than before. Now I'll take that, let's put it on. Let's see if it goes down through the hole. Haha, let's do it. Put this on. Let's put the stancher on. Where did I put that stancher? Right there. I guess it's called a stancher, I guess, I'm not sure. Stick the headlight on. Nope, I want to put the ring on first because I want to see what it looks like. Now, that'll take a sealed beam headlight. When I pull them apart, just a headlight, plop it in there. One wire for the ground, 2 wires to run out. I fixed this little piece here. This piece here had some holes in it. And what I did is I just cleaned it, wire wheeled it, cleaned it. And then I took a piece of tape and I put it on the inside. Put a piece of tape on the inside, had a few holes in it. Put a piece of tape on the inside, and then I come on the outside and put it's called all metal. I put all metal on it. I put all metal on this part over here. And you can see how the tape, I peel the tape off, how that mushroomed in the back. That would be hard pressed to get that off because it mushroomed it on this side. And it mushroomed it on that side, so we should be good. Now, what I'm going to do here is, got the headlight ring. I'm not going to weld that up. No, not even a chance. That headlight ring, that little ring there, that little right there fits inside that headlight. And if I build it up too much or I get something going on the inside, well, it will not fit. There it is right there. Metal to metal. And it looks like metal. Got some right here. Why not use it? I feel like that's probably enough. This have any more than we need more than we want, but that's good enough. It has a hardener on it, like fiberglass, basically. And just put some drops in her, I guess. I want to harden good. This stuff takes quite a while to harden, I find. But it is what it is. This is what I have, and this is what I'm going to use. And you'll find a lot of things that I do is because it's what I have around here, and I don't want to go get nothing. I was running around this morning a little bit. Geez, it takes away from the time from doing anything when you're running around in your vehicle looking for something. Drive me crazy. Drive me crazy. But it is what it is. Have to do it sometimes. You can use this in place of body filler, fiberglass, whatever you want to do, you know. If you want your all-metal car to look like all metal, that's basically what this stuff is for, is to make it look like all kinds there. I could build a new headlight lens out of it. But I'm just going to put on more than I need. And the reason being is I can sand it off. Cut the tape on the back side so it doesn't fall through or make a mess on the other side. And when I sand it off, it'll look like lead or metal. Any holes that I had there, I took a screwdriver and made sure the hole was big enough that the filler would go down in the hole. If the hole is not big enough for the filler to go down in through, because it has a little pores to it obviously, it doesn't have enough room for that to go down through, then it lays on top, and then you really have a chance of something happening, busting it off, because if it lays on top, you need a little bit of moisture to knock it off. But as I made sure all the holes were big enough for filler to get down through. I used pretty well all that. That's fine. That's what it's for. So I got both of them fixed, or not fixed. I've got material on them, so might as well fill them pits in. May as well. Right, everything's looking real good right at the present moment. Just looking at it. My bolt fell, my screw fell right here to tighten her up. Let's put this bad boy on so we can get the look of it. Alrighty. Turn that down around. And if I got too much stuff on the inside of that, it would not fit on the headlight, so I had to be careful with that. Careful, but pay attention. Pay attention, Chad, pay attention. So I got the ball going the right way. Get that there where that's supposed to be. Let's do it. I'm going to hold that up there. I want to hold that up there for you. That's what it is right there. You can put another bolt down in there. It should be fine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get a pair of vice grips. Shouldn't fall out. I'm going to get a pair of vice grips and just vice grip it from the bottom so it sits up right. So I can take a look at it. That's what I want to do. I got some. Them magnets are terrible. They're bad. I shouldn't say they're terrible, but the magnets there's a guy that gave me some magnets and they're over there and I'm not sure what they were used for, but they're a lot stronger than most. And once you get them on something, it's hard to get them off, isn't it? Wow. I'm just going to put I could get a bolt and put in that hole. That probably hold it up. Get the right hole. Just so the stanchion stays straight. Keeps falling down. That'll stay there now. There we go. I'm just going to go underneath and put these vice grips on. Just see if I can make the headlight. Do you want to hold it where it needs to be there? You want to hold it up straight, sort of, or is it straight?
It's pretty straight.
Okay. I'm just trying to put a pair of vice grips on it so I can see. Tighten them up. You got it looking straight, baby?
Yep.
I guess. Now, I tighten that down, we should be hunky-dory, but yeah, there's yeah, it's basically what's going to go on right there. We'll stand back here. Right on. So that's the headlight that I want to put on the car. I'm going to take it. That doesn't look bad like that, does it? Looks good, don't it? Huh? Now, if you come to the front, if Jolene wants to come to the front, she can see the difference. We got a headlight that protrudes past the grille quite a ways, which I don't mind. This one here is kind of back a little bit further. To be honest with you, I like that headlight better than that headlight. And I don't see nothing wrong with me liking something better than another one. That should be fine, but that's where it's at. Modifying the headlight for the car. What I have to do now is have to take off the other headlight, take off the horn, and do the exact same thing to the other one. I still have to, what? Let's pull this bad boy out. Nope, I'm just gonna leave it for a minute. Just gonna leave it, just like that. Still can get at the hood, just like we can get at the hood on that one. Have to get a headlight for it. Awesome. I think so anyways. So what I've done obviously is taken a headlight and modified it and made it fit the stanchion on that one. It should be good to rock and roll. Once we get it tightened down, get it painted, I think it's still going to look really good. There's a thing right here with the hood side. I want to get rid of these vents, and I'm probably going to get rid of this little marker light, I guess. And the reason being is I'd like to smooth it off a little bit. Door handles I'll probably end up keeping. Not looking to tear into the patina hole a lot. I want the look of the car still, but I think maybe if I remove this, remove the vents, and the headlights paint the same color, I will have a car that's just a little bit different than every other 34 Ford. No, a lot different than every other 34 Ford. And it'll be customized just a little bit. I think, in my opinion, the windows look nice. The windows look nice at height. I still have to get the garnish molding in here. I have to get the garnish molding back on, going up the post. I have to put the wood back in, and have to put the garnish molding back on top of the window. And basically the windows are completed, other than the back window that's going to be in the roof. This is what I'm looking for. This is what I'm looking at. I have a bunch of magazines when I go to the washroom. When I'm sitting still, I get to look at magazines. And I think a lot of people that are into cars look at magazines also. But the magazines I look at generally are cars that are customized. But I enjoy the roof on this one. I'm going to probably do the roof on this 34 a little bit different, but I enjoy the roof on that one because I like how it's laid ahead so far. It kind of lays ahead and then gently comes up. It doesn't come up and then do that thing that I generally don't like, or not say I don't like. It's just that I'm making it my way. I think that's more attractive roof with the smaller window, and I think it's more attractive than the original, and that's what I'm going for. Got a fender skirt on it. They've got theirs on the ground. I'm not going for that. I'm not going to be doing a bunch of suspension work to it. Not interested in that. Just drop it down as far as I can get it without doing anything to it. The only thing on this car that I've really customized is the post. I've taken 3 inches out of the post, 3 inches over there. I've changed the window on the front and cut the window molding, changed the headlights, fender skirts, and the side panel of the hood is what I'm going to go for. And I feel like that's not a whole bunch, but it's just enough to make it mine. We got this fitting really good now. The piece that goes across the front on the top. This is fairly thick. I say fairly thick, but you must understand, once it comes on here, the window will still be chopped. I need a little bit of area to make that roof come up a little bit. I can't have it just flat. I got to have a little bit of area so I can grind it off and make it roll into a nice shape. So I'm thinking about the roof coming back and down. That's where I'm thinking. See what happens. That's what I want. Whether I get it or not, I will, because that's what I'll do. I want to thank everybody for coming back. I really appreciate it. I have some stuff here to do. I got to cut the wood. You know what I'm going to do when I cut the wood? I'm just going to put a piece of tape at the top, another piece of tape, cut it off, drill a hole, and put the wood back in. I'm going to do the exact same thing with these little moldings here. Exact same thing. I got it already marked. Well, piece of tape, cut it off, fit it back in the window. Should fit right back on, no problems at all. Do not put it on an angle because it makes a longer distance. I should have known that, but I was just I don't know what I was doing. Just a brain fart, but I did it. I'm happy with that. Very happy with that. Very happy with that. All right, everybody, I'm going to give you 60. Give you 60. I think I did 65, but that's better than not doing it. All right, everybody, thanks a lot for coming back. I really appreciate it. Modifying headlights. If you want to change something on your car, you can do it. Just put your brain into it and go for it. Pretty easy stuff. Cutting a headlight apart, making it fit like this one. Now I got to go in there and weld the bottom of it up, fix a couple little dents, then I'm into paint. Have a great day. Come back tomorrow. I'll be here.